All right, man. Let's talk about Al Haymon real quick. Face all oily and shit, man. He's going to protect Gervonta Davis at all costs. He's not going to allow Gervonta Davis to fight the top fight, especially after you see what happened with Stephen Fulton this year, Errol Spence this year, Deontay Wilder this year. He's not going to allow Tank Davis to do to make those fights. And the thing about it is Tank Davis gets in a lot of trouble outside of the ring, you know. And that comes with money. That just comes with the money and the fame. You're on the microscope. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to understand a lot of times, a lot of these guys is a come up. Everybody looking to sue people, everybody looking to get a quick dollar. That's what it's usually about. But nonetheless, yeah, he's going to gift wrap, Tank Davis, and it's going to be up to Tank Davis to request them fights from Al Haymon. You got to understand, Fulton was the one that pressed Al Haymon about making the Nayu Inoue fight. He tried to, give him a counter offer. Fulton was like, nah. Errol Spence was the one that pressed Al Haymon about the Terrence Crawford fight. He wanted him to fight Thurman, then go cash out versus Canelo Alvarez. Deontay Wilder, the rumor was that he hadn't received payment or some payment for the Helenius fight. So he was granted to go hash out a deal with the Saudis. And also, it was said that Showtime just got tired of overpaying Deontay Wilder a figure of around an estimated $20 million. So they really didn't want to work with him no more. So Al Haymon sent him to Fox, paid him out of his pocket. So, like I continue to say, man, there needs to be a recalibration of how they paying these guys in boxing. They need to be able to get paid on what they bring to the table. And I guess that's what pay-per-view is about. When they go on pay-per-view and ask for too much money, then let's see your fans, put money in your pocket. And I think that's pretty much what it's about. But nonetheless, yeah, you ain't gonna see Gervonta Davis, in the ring with anybody dangerous, unless he requested it. And at the end of the day, all the guys we talk about requesting it, that took chances this year, all requested it and forced Al Haymon hand to make those fights happen. That's what happened. They all forced his hand to make the fights happen. So at the end of the day, Tank gonna be gift wrapped until people stop caring, stop watching, stop buying, stop coming to the fight. He ain't gonna be forced to switch anything up. So, and his fans, on the internet who probably don't pay for shit no way are trying to justify why, he shouldn't fight Devin Haney or why he shouldn't fight Teofimo Lopez. They know, PBC fans know just as much as the anti-PBC or neutral boxing fans know. When these dudes meet people in the turning lane, when they go around the block, when they go to other people's streets and stuff of that nature, they get their ass whooped. They manufacture fighters. They just as real as Jake Paul is. Yeah, I said it. They just as real as Jake Paul. They fighting setups like in Rocky. It was in Rocky 3. They fighting setups. They fighting setup fights. They fights are as orchestrated as, Jake Paul fights. Jake Paul lost too. Let's not forget Jake Paul lost. This what it is. They put them in fights that they don't expect to lose, and then when they do lose the fights, you know what I'm saying? When they do lose the fights, then it was because it was a lack of focus, it was inactivity, it was they didn't train hard enough. They was overlooking their opponent or something of that nature. But he gonna give rap Tank real. He gonna put Tank gonna be his new bubble boy. And like I said before, if Tank was such a value, if Tank Davis was such a value to PBC, then I figured that he would had a deal with with Showtime or had a network deal with somebody. And he doesn't. You know, so he like really one of they last top fighter left. You know, both Charlo's time and pass. Errol Spence time and pass for now. Crawford ain't really a PBC fighter. He at the end of his shit. Canelo really ain't no PBC fighter. And he at the end of his more. He closer to the end of his career than the prime, or at least to the beginning of his career. You know. So who else they got left? Wasted talent with Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz, old. Jared Hurd, time that passed him by. She keeps on passing me by. His time that came and gone. They ain't got shit left. You know, Benavidez on the rise. But if it feel like without fighting Canelo, Bivol better BF at this point, you know, he really can't get to that next level. You know, he really can't get to that next level. So really, all they got is Gervonta Davis at this point. And either he gonna lose inside the ring, outside the ring. One of the two. And maybe losing inside the ring, y'all pretty much, you know, thinking of taking an L inside the ring. Not per se. You know what I'm saying? Not per se. It could be, you know what I'm saying, people stop wanting to come see him fight because he ain't fight nobody. That most definitely could be what's going on. You know? But at the end of the day, it's going to tell. It's going to be a true telltale sign of if Amazon is going to invest any type of money into the platform, into boxing in the next couple years, especially after the first year. But they're going to continue to protect him. But the problem is, you could take L's outside the ring. You could take L's inside the ring when you're dealing with Tank. He loved to go back home. Mayweather tried to warn him. And today's kids, you know, the parents, you know, they raised them to be uncoachable. They don't listen to nobody. They don't let them say nothing to nobody kids. Nothing. You take their cell phone, the parents want to come up there and fight you. And then, you know, wonder why your kid reading at a 5th grade level in 11th grade because you really created an uncoachable kid, unteachable kid, unapproachable kid. You can't talk to him. You can't say nothing. So if you don't care, why the fuck would the teacher care? Excuse my French. Why would the teacher care? And that's it. You would think he listened to somebody like Floyd Mayweather who had his trials and tribulations in boxing. If it was more social media and some of the things that Floyd did while he was young in Vegas, you know, Floyd to be in a lot more world of trouble. But, you know, he wanted to go home and you can't tell him shit. So that's the dangerous thing with Tank Davis being your last cornerstone in PBC. You ain't done a great job building a farm system. And people ask, what's a farm system? Who don't watch baseball? It's a minor league system. It's a system of young prospects. You know, Rayo Venezuela lost. He bounced back. Cobra was one of their youngest out there. He lost. You know, Dry Ennis ain't a PBC fighter as of yet. Could be coming. But you look at other people's farm system. You look at the zone. Floyd Schofield, Ryan. You know, Virgil Ortiz. Eddie Hearn got a number of young guys. Richardson Hitchison. They got Raymond Ford. He got a lot of guys. We got Khalil Cole. It's a lot of young guys he got. You know, Top Rank signed the whole Olympic team. Shushu, Tiger, Torres. They got Big Baby Anderson. So, and a lot of people don't like the way, he was kind of hating on Wilder too. He been doing that, but hey, everybody entitled to their opinion. But he got in some trouble too. A lot of people don't like the comments about how he don't love the boxing. As a heavyweight, I think you gotta love it. As a boxer, I think you gotta love this shit. But with Tank, he ain't gonna fight nobody, bro. And like he admitted to Wallow and Gilly on $1 million worth of game. And credit to him being honest, he said, I ain't never asked for them fights. And I don't think he want to ask for no fight. Shakur Stevenson, he snitched on him. Which, it is what it is. He said, I'm going to keep fighting nobodies and get money. That's the game plan. So be it. Like I said, I ain't going to keep covering and watching this bullshit. Not. And apparently Showtime wasn't interested and never invested in a network deal into him. And they going to, and they in a worse position than when they first came over from Showtime. They're in a by far worse position. And people say, what you mean? At Showtime, at least they had a lot of grandfathered in HBO fighters. They don't have nobody no more. Lara, Danny Garcia, all them niggas is old news. They don't have no young prospects that's coming up. They done mismatched their young prospects. They done got a lot of them dudes knocked off. So it is what it is. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Get the link tree. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.